Hello and welcome to Diaspora Lifestyle TV. My name is Gladys Briggs, and in this video I wanted us to talk about fake friends, whether that is something that really exists or you know there's so much talk about it on the internet, and I wanted to jump into the topic and to rub minds with you and to share my own experiences with you on the topic. So come with me, let's do this. So if this is your first time in this channel, then you're very much welcome. It's all about my life in the diaspora. So everything that I do in the diaspora, my shopping hauls I do, travel experiences that I have, just to suggest to you if you are planning to go somewhere, places that you could go to, that you could have fun. And I do show and tell, I do how-tos, and I also do talk about issues like I'm going to talk about now. So I talk about issues as well. So because I like the world to be a better place. So if you feeling the vibes and you like something like that, click on the subscribe button so YouTube can let you know when I upload new stuff. One of the reasons people like to have friends is so that you have someone to share your life's journey with, okay, your life's experiences with. You don't want to walk through this earth on your own, because you have to deal with so much, every day. What you feel is what you feel. Imagine going into the class and nobody wants to talk to you, and you go through that school without having a friend or somebody to share that experience with. So that's what friendship is all about. It's that person that is there, that goes through life's journey with you. And at different stages in our lives, we would have had different people in our lives who have been that person, who is not necessarily your family, because sometimes or most of the time you get people in your family who do those things for you, unless maybe you're a single child. Even that, you have extended families like cousins and all that, who sometimes are there for you. But you want sometimes that person who is not within your family, that can also look at you from a different eyes. So it's the reason we all crave friendship. We all want someone who can be there for us. And sometimes it doesn't go very well. Sometimes everything goes wrong and we wonder why. So for me, I don't want to take a negative vibe to this conversation. I just want to take a positive vibe to it, so that we can, instead of saying this is what negative people, this is what fake friends are, we can think of how we can become good friends to people. We can think of the things that we can do, the things that we are doing wrong, that make people, push people away from us, that make us not the best friends that we could be to our friends. So let's start off. Now the first one that I want to talk about is a friend who influences you negatively. And a friend who influences you negatively is not the type of friend you want to have, because you think, okay, your friend should be there supporting your cause, supporting you to grow, helping you to achieve your success that you want. But a friend, let me give you an example. This is something that happened to our family friend. They told us this story of a lady who comes to their house all the time and give their children chocolate. And this family, these are friends, their children struggle with weight issues in school. They've called them in for questioning because of the children's weight issues in school. And they have this one friend who knows that they are struggling with weight issues, and each time she comes to their house, she brings chocolates for their children. So then on this occasion, she brought this chocolate, and my friend's husband, the man now in the family, he took the chocolates and he opened it up and he shared it for his children and the lady's children as well. And you know what the lady said? The lady said, "Oh no, my children, they're not allowed to have any chocolates." Really? They're not allowed to have any chocolates? Your own children who don't have weight issues are not allowed to have any chocolates, but my children are allowed to have chocolates. And you bring chocolates for them all the time, knowing fully well that I would not like them to be struggling with this weight issue. So do you see what I mean? A negative influence on you. When they know that you're struggling with something, they know that maybe your family, you have a sugar problem and you're trying to cut down on your sugar, and yet every time they come to your house, they bring sugar for you so that you can die in that problem. Then that's not a good friend. That's not the kind of friend, that's not the kind of person that, and if you're that type of person, then maybe you should have a look at yourself and think about what you're doing that is pushing your friend away from you. Because your friend is trying to stay away from something, and instead of you to help her achieve her goal, you are helping her, you're doing the opposite. So that's like the number one thing for a fake friend. Yeah. This second thing is something that is a little bit of like, I don't know, I'm on the edge on this one, but with this one, but those friends who are always in competition with you for whatever reason. Everybody has as much as we have a lot of similarities, human beings like to be individual. They like to be their own person. You don't like to know that someone is running behind you and trying to catch up with you all the time and trying to overtake you. It's like you're in this, it puts you in this type of relay race that is very, very uncomfortable. You don't want, have you had those friends, if you buy a car, they want to buy a car the next day, or the one that is bigger than that one that you bought? Yeah. Where you are celebrating how you bought your car and everybody's saying congratulations, congratulations. They will not want you to have that moment of congratulations. They want to take that moment away from you. If you buy a house, they will want to buy that house you bought, or the one that is bigger than your own. So if everybody is saying, oh wow, congratulations, well done, you did, they will not allow you to have that congratulations or that joy of achieving something that time that you achieved it. They will want to take that moment away from you and get the one that is bigger than your own to rub it in your face. I think that's something that, if you are the type of person that is being that type of friend, then you should, because it's very uncomfortable, because it spoils the relationship. Then the person feels like you are having, nobody wants to be in a race with anybody. Everybody just wants a friend that accepts them, that takes their success on, and that supports them. You don't want to be the friend who is not in your own lane, who always wanting to jump into that person's lane and overtake them, and that is so uncomfortable. So you should, if you're that type of friend, stop. Okay, stop. I don't want to sound like a rant, but just tone it, just change your focus completely. If you're doing something, be focused on what you're doing as an individual. Don't let your friend become your yardstick of achievements. Like, you will wait for them to achieve something so that you can go and achieve the one that is bigger than their own every time. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not a good it spoils, it leaves a bad taste in the friendship, and then that's how the person starts pulling away from you gradually. Because you may have a nice friendship with that person, but by the time the person senses that you are being competitive with them, then they may start pulling back and allow you to try and stay in your own lane. Yeah. Now, the other type of friend that you do not want to be is a friend that judges. Yeah, because nobody's perfect, and true friendship is that person that you can feel vulnerable in front of. You can do a full rage in front of the person. You can do a full meltdown. You can have a full meltdown in front of the person without, and knowing that that person will listen to you, would hold your secrets in, would profile solutions with you, will calm you down. You don't want a friend that is going to straight up start judging you. Are you sure it's not because you did this? Are you sure it's not because you did that? Why did you marry this type of man? Hey, why did you that? You don't want that type of friend. You want somebody that is encouraging, that can listen to you, that can soothe you when you're not, soothe you when you are not, like when you're emotionally down, without judging you. You want, a friend is somebody that you can I have a lot of strong women in my life, both from my family and the friends I've made over the years growing up. And all of them, I in fact, I must say I've been very lucky with my friends, because some of these experiences I've had some, but the thing is, I personally have my wall. So I don't, if I sense that, and I have a season when I allow people to, I give a trial season. I try the friendship before I open myself up. I have a trial season, and if I sense that I don't like your energy, I will be pulled back, I will be withdrawn. So judging your friends is not, if you want to have a good friendship and you don't want to be seen as a fake friend, then if somebody truly is talking to you about their issue, who is supposed to be your friend, then you should listen to them, calm them down, soothe them, suggest things, talk to them, but not judge them. Not judge them, because you're not their creator. They do not have the same DNA as you. You are all different, even though you are friends and you may have some similarities, but you're different. That person has their own DNA, their own thing that makes them unique, that makes them handle situations differently from the way that you are going to handle something. So nobody's ever going to handle something the way you handle it. And the reason you are friends is because you decided to stay together because of a few things that you have in common, and you want to hold each other's hands and take each other through your own weaknesses rather than being judgmental of the person. Okay, so the other type of friends that you don't want to be to your friend is an inconsistent friend. I don't know whether you know what that means. Today they are in your life, tomorrow they are not in your life. So seasonal friends, they choose when to be in your life and when not to be in your life, not because of any distance or any job. Maybe, sometimes you move on with you get far apart from your friend because you're in a different place, or they choose when to come into your life. They are seasonal friends. They are inconsistent. They, when the going is good, they will be there, for better, for stay, for worse, for go. When we were growing up in Nigeria as children, we used to call this type of friends friend for food. Friend for food. I'm sorry. Friend. So you don't want to have a friend for food. You want someone who genuinely likes you and is there for you, for the moments when you need them to be there for you. Someone that, I don't know, I'm not very good at holding hands, but if you hold my hands, I will stay. If you hold my hands as a friend, I will stay. If you hold my hands, I'm not very good at holding hands, but if I manage to try to be holding your hands and it feels like you're slipping off my hands, I will let you go, because I'm not very good at holding hands. So so you want to be a friend that is consistent. If you, one of my good friends on, we went to secondary school together, on her Facebook, this thing, she said, please, if you're my friend, be my friend. I don't be standing on the wall. Are you my friend or not? Let me know who my enemies are. So inconsistent friendship is not good. If you're busy with your life, with your day, but after some time, you can say, oh, text message or phone call or anything. How are you doing? Or how are you guys? Okay. And that's fine. The person knows that, yes, I'm not there with you now, but I'm there with you in the spirit and I'm thinking about you. So don't be an inconsistent friend, because friendship is important to some people because you want to go through life's journeys with somebody else, to share experiences with people and to just help yourself. You need someone when you are, especially in this part of the world where, nobody talks to you. If I show you a video of my street now, it's empty. It's literally empty. There's no neighbor in neighbor's house. Everybody's gone to work. They're going about their business. And so it's tough. It's very tough. And you need to have a friend Friendship is an important aspect of us as human beings. Socializing is very important. Yeah, okay. Another type of friend that is very difficult to handle is, the type of friend that cannot deal with your success. I think I think some people say that's jealousy or, well, I don't know, but jealousy is an emotion. It's an emotion that has other smaller things added to it, that comes with some other things like anticipation and then mean behavior. So you should be able to handle your feelings, because jealousy and envy, they are just like there are things that people have. But again, like I said, it's not having the feeling that is the problem. It's what you do with the feeling. I think with when your friend achieves success, that maybe, oh, you've been wishing to have this type of thing for so long, and somebody else just comes and gets that thing, like it's like a walk in the park for them, and they didn't find it difficult, they didn't struggle, or always in life they get what they want and you don't get what you want, and you feel that that's enough for you to start to be this the person. You have to remember that that person has not done anything wrong to you personally. They haven't done anything, they are just living their own life that came to them. So you shouldn't take out, because what happens with jealousy is that they project that feeling that they have on you. Yeah, so if your friend becomes successful, if you take their success as your own, it will help you to be able to handle it better. That's how you handle that type of thing. That's one of the ways you can handle that type of thing. I'm not a psychologist though, but I'm just telling you that that's one of the ways that you can handle that type of thing. If your friends, let me give you an instance now. Maybe you've been believing God for a child for 20 something years, and your best friend just had her sixth child, just like that. And she comes and she's telling you, I don't even want born this speaking. I didn't even want a child. I don't even know self. I'm tired of all this problem. Children here and there, this and that. I'm tired. It will be sounding like this thing. It will be sounding like gunshots in your ear, and you will feel like slapping the person. Will you get out of my sight? Now you're showing off, blah, 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 blah. And you start, but maybe the person actually is just talking from the bottom of their heart. That's how they feel, because you're in a different circumstance. You're there with no child. That person is there with 6 children and complaining. You want what she has, but she has what you want and does not appreciate it. And but how can you deal with that type of thing? Take your friends' children as your children. Love them. Look after them. If take your friend's success as your own success, and then you'll be able to cope with that thing better. If you're feeling jealous, then take that person's success as your success. This success thing, it happens even in marriage between husband and wife. Some men cannot take their wife's success. They become envious. Some women cannot take their husband's success, and that's the one that beats my imagination the most. How can you become envious of your husband's success? I mean, aren't you both working together for the singular goal of the family? Let's not go into that. But, you should be able to take your friend's success as your own. That's why you see some friends, when that person has something, they go singing and dancing. Wow, did you see what this person did? Wow, and then the person will then know that, oh, you are happy for them. You are truly their friend. But if your friend gets something that everybody's celebrating for them, and you are the only person who is not clapping, not seen to be clapping, then you're not looking good. You're not making yourself look good. You should be happy and take that person's success as your own. The moment you start to take that person's success as your own, you will see that emotion, that jealousy, that it will turn around, and that your friend would even carry that success and dump it on you and dump it. And they say people who preach about success and all these things, they always say collaborate, don't compete. If you collaborate with somebody, then more will come. But when you go and start saying, this person doing this, jealousy, it won't work. So accept your friend's success as your success, and your friend will be comfortable with you. Okay? And you'll be comfortable with your friend, and all of you will be happy. All right? Disclaimer: I am not a psychologist. I'm not a professor of psychology. Everything that I'm saying to you in this video is my opinion, which I built up over the years from having friends, good friends, bad friends, manipulative friends, toxic friends, normal friends, great friends, inspiring friends. You know, I've had all of them, and these are the things that I'm putting together just to help us understand ourselves better. It's good to be aware of yourself, yeah, and to be able to handle your own relationships, because if you do something, you can learn to turn your feelings around, and for the better. You can learn to swap your feelings around for the better, and then you can enjoy love in your friendship that you want, because you don't want a toxic friendship. That's the last thing you want. You want a friendship that is healthy, that you both laugh together, and when you're there for each other and you support each other in each other's causes. Yeah, don't push your friends away. The other type of friend that I want to talk about that you should try not to be is the needy friend. Hey, have you had that friend that is never enough? Whether it is the time you give to them, that time is never enough. Whether it's the money you give to them, the money is never enough. The energy you put into the relationship is never enough, you know. They are very demanding. Every time they have one problem or the other. Hey, and every time they call you, they are complaining. You don't call, you haven't called me, you don't call me. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody wants a needy person in their life. Nobody wants, that's the reality. You don't want somebody, you want somebody at least, you know, who doesn't take the mic. When the person is genuinely in need, then you can jump in there and be a friend and support them. But when you become that friend that every time you want this, you want that, nobody's helping you, you are complaining, you have this problem or that, then it feels as if the friendship is tied to your problems. And a friend is that person that you can just go out and have good fun with and come back, you know, and feel like, oh wow, it's such a nice time. It's such a wonderful time with this person today. I had such a wonderful time with this person today. You know, breath of fresh air. You know, what vibe are you? What vibe are you living whenever somebody stays with you? What vibe are you? You know, is the person going to take away from you a negative vibe or a positive vibe? How do you make people feel when they are with you? That's what you have to be thinking. It's not always all about you. It can be. It should be. You know, they say others first, you know, you should put other people. Yeah, so if you're that type of friend that every time, then the person will begin to feel that this friendship is because of the other person's needs, whether it's financial need or, so, you know, people have different needs, but let your friendship not revolve around your needs all the time. Hey, I have this problem, I have that problem. The person becomes tired. So you can push your friends away by being too needy. Needy is not only financial. Some people literally need you to babysit them. So every time they'll be saying, no, can you come? You don't ask of me. You don't ask of me. Can you come? Can you come for coffee? And the same people that are telling you, can you come for coffee, that don't want to let you go when you come to their house. When you invite them to your own house, they will not even have the time to come. So then you feel like that friendship is just to satisfy their need. Then when they need you to come and babysit them, they call you and they say they are friends with you and they talk about the friendship. I have a friend in where I used to live before, and that lady, every time she will say, oh, Gladys, can you come for a cup of tea? She will call people to come to her house. I will go to her house for a cup of tea. Since I moved to my house now, it's over 18 months. I haven't seen her. I've invited her. I haven't seen her. What will I classify her as? A fake friend. That's what I'm going to classify that person as. Because you said you're my friend and you often call me, and I think at least I know that I've been to your house like 10 or 15 times since the whole time I lived in that place with you. But you maybe came to my house only once. But still, You judge me and I'm still the bad friend. So, it's hard. It's hard. All these high expectations of people in friendship. It's very hard. I think when you're a child, you take certain things for granted. But as you become an adult, you see that adults are very complex. Children are themselves. This is why the best friends you have are the friends you have in secondary school, to be honest. Because primary school, well, you too, like, you don't even know, you're not aware of people's personalities so much. You're just playing around and doing stuff. Yes, extreme behaviors like bullies and all that, you may know, but apart from that, you don't remember anything. But secondary school, at least you're beginning to understand human behavior a bit more, but at the same time, you are able to accept the people for who they are in secondary school. So when someone has been friends with you from secondary school, they are indeed your true friends. Now, this other type of friends, the ones that want to control you, it's very have you had that type of friend that starts to want to dictate the pace of events in your life, want to tell you what to do, how to answer people, the people you should be friends with and the people you shouldn't be friends with? You know, don't don't do it to your friends, okay? If you're friends with someone, let them be their own. Love them for the person that they are. Because when you start to try to control somebody, the person thinks that, friendship should be about love. Apart from your husband, your children, and your biological family, your friends are the family that you choose, the other family that you choose. And it shouldn't be the people that want to be telling you, controlling what you do, who you talk to. And don't try to come. Let your friends do things that they wish to do. You can make suggestions to them, but don't want to make it that they have to do what you want them to do. That's not a good way to be a friend to someone, if you ask me. Yeah, you can have your own style and how you do things, but your friend is not necessarily going to want to do things the way you want them to do things, because I've said this so many times, they are different to you. They may not do things your own way. If they are saying something to you about a situation, or if you're asking their opinion, ask their opinion and take it when they give it to you. But don't think that you have to impress on them your own way, or you want to control how then it's going to make that person uncomfortable with you and push them away if you try to control them. And you cannot control anybody for too long. You can control somebody for a certain period of time. I've had controlling friends, so I know what that's like. They're kind of manipulative in their ways and want to control you, to make you do things that they want you to do, and put you in a corner, in a box. And you don't want that. You don't want that type of friend, and you don't want to be that type of friend. So it's all of us now, me inclusive. Yeah, so don't try to control people. Okay, they say you're the average of the top 5 people, most important, the people you spend the most time with. You're the average of the top 5 people you spend the most time with. And you don't want the top 5 people you spend your time with to be any of this type of people that I've described now, because you end up being an angry person, a negative person, someone who is rude, someone is, you want to be in a positive realm, in a positive atmosphere all the time, so that you can succeed in life. Some people in this world just want to be happy. That's the thing. Some people don't care so much for money or all of these material things that have filled in the space of this world. Some people just want to be happy. And you want a friend who is going to be that happiness, or bring that happiness into your space. You don't want a friend who is pressurizing you, controlling you, being inconsistent. Today is there, tomorrow is not there, just inconsiderate of your own. It's all about them, and what they want, and how about what you want. So I think, and I say this with my husband all the time, when you love somebody, you love them to a place where you begin to put their own feelings against, you begin to, what's the word now? Put their feelings first before yours. So when you want to ask your friend for something, you have to think, oh, is this something she can do? Is this something she enjoys? Is this the kind of thing she would like to do? Like if you want to go and get me, if you want to get me a present, you give me the present that I will enjoy. Don't be so. That's the way it is in friendship. So you put that person first. When you start off being friends with someone, you may be like randomly, but when you start to build bonds and build relationship with someone, you will love that person and get to a place where you put their feelings first. How is she going to feel about this thing? That's what I'm going to leave you with for this video. Okay, if you enjoyed it, then please click on the subscribe button for more of this type of videos. Okay, thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. If you have any questions or any comments, leave them in the comment section below for me. Thank you, and I will respond to them. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.